Well, if anything, it kind of looks like Keir Starmer has shown what a 24-carat utter penis he must be. And that this truly must be Labour's HQ. Because apparently back in July, the HMRC dropped a document saying that they're keen on exploring how digital IDs, backed of course by tech and data improvements, could boost the tax and customs systems. And yes, of course, they're thinking of pre-filling tax forms with info they already have linked to your digital ID as well. This way, of course, they reckon it's easy for people to do their taxes and make less chance of errors. But there is an apparent other reason why they're pushing for this digital ID feature. And non-surprisingly, of course, this idea got the big seal approval from Tony Blair's think tank back in the day, didn't it? Or seemed to at least. And now, of course, they estimate this could actually rake in an additional £600 million annually. Can anyone spot the real reason why they wanted digital IDs? I think we just found that out. But of course, wait, there is more. Apparently, Downing Street hinted that these IDs could eventually make it easier, apparently, to apply for things, like driving licenses and child and welfare, whilst also apparently making it simpler to access tax records. And these things like driving licenses and child welfare, they weren't exactly difficult to apply for before, were they? So it just, in my opinion, adds another extra layer of control that the government would have over us. Not only that, but of course this big £600 million extra they'd have so Rachel Reeves can make a few more mistakes, I'm guessing. But either way, and admittedly I could be wrong, but it does seem, doesn't it, that they kind of wanted to keep that quiet, if that indeed was the real reason. And like me, not everyone is on board. Privacy campaigners are raising red flags, saying that these digital IDs could turn into a massive surveillance system. The Tony Blair's Institute policy paper suggests that these cards could actually be used by the HMRC, local and national governments, and of course the NHS. Is it really worth it? I've got a feeling it might not be for quite a lot of people. They're also talking about linking health data, tax info, and even school reports to the card. So if that is the case, how young do they want people to be to actually get one of these cards in the first place? It's crazy, isn't it? I thought it would have been when you turn 18, but if it's linking school reports and things like that, then surely it's going to be, I don't know, when you start high school maybe. But apart from, of course, us sensible people who don't really like the idea too much, including everyone who protested online, you'd have thought, wouldn't you, that the government would probably think, it's about time to scrap that. Even though people like Tony Blair have been a fan of these cards since his Labour government tried to introduce voluntary ones back in the 2000s. So therefore, it makes me wonder if these will become voluntary, and in which case I'm betting, and I could be wrong, but I'm betting not a lot of many people will have them. Of course, Tony's ID cards got scrapped in 2011 because people thought they were too pricey, intrusive and unpopular. And now Keir is trying to bring them back. Well, I've got a message for you, Keir. Read between the lines. This is obviously causing quite a stir, and polls show that most people are actually against, no matter what the mainstream media would have you believe. Most polls, it says, show most people are against mandatory ID cards, and also a petition against them has over 2.6 million signatures. Support, of course, for digital ID cards has tanked faster than, I don't know, if you went on a date with someone like Vanessa Feltz maybe, but it has apparently dropped from 35% in the summer down to a measly 14%, which, let's face it, I'm betting he absolutely hates. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure his popularity also must match that number. The government, though, they continue to insist that these IDs will only be for things like, to tackle illegal immigration. Well, I personally think that is not the case. And even if it was, at the end of the day, I don't think it would work, because we have to have a national insurance number to work, don't we? And obviously, illegal migrants, or the illegal boat people coming from the safe country of France, they don't actually have them. So if people employ them now as it is, when they don't have a national insurance, then they're going to employ them regardless of having an ID card, in my opinion. But earlier this year, Labour Together, which apparently is some sort of think tank once led by Morgan McSweeney, now, of course, Keir's chief of staff, quite coincidentally in my opinion, he apparently laid out detailed plans for these ID cards. and they suggest storing digital IDs as an app on your phone to automatically check your right to work against government records. But even then, can't these people remember? All the illegal boot people do seem to have some sort of trouble keeping hold of their phones on the way over from the safe country of France, don't they? Or it seems that way anyway, in my opinion. But anyway, what do you all think about this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll be back very soon with some more videos, so make sure you click the subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next one.